Okay, hi everyone. So today we're going to solve a Leetcode daily challenge, and it's a problem to check if the given Sudoku puzzle is valid or not. So I think it's one of the easier challenge in the medium segment, and in this solution, basically we will be given a board setup with this kind of values in which the numbers represents the numbers at particular indices, or you can say coordinates. For example, it's the 5 over here is at 0 0 coordinate on the board, and dots represents the empty spaces on the board. To solve this problem, I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to just check if a number is unique in its row, which is this one, in its column, and in the block as well. So I think this is all what we'll have to do. And to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use three different not three different data structure, but I'm gonna use three different dates to store this information. And so let's start coding, and I'll explain the solution on the go. So to store the information of the rows, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a structure for this. And okay, so over here what I'm doing is I'm gonna like this eventually will create something like this. For example, row number 0, and over here we'll get the values in the set. Okay, similarly I'll do that for the columns as well, and for the blocks. I'm sorry. Okay, so in blocks, what we're gonna do is, if you see over here, like uh, hmm, to identify the in which block an element belongs to, what you'll have to do is simply divide the row by 3, and the remainder you know will represent the block number from which the number belongs to. For example, let's say we have 7. Okay, and this was at in like the row was 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4. And the column, sorry, the column was 4 and the row was 0. So if you do something like I'm talking about the keys which I'll be storing, and column by 3. So for example, our column was 4. So 4 by 3, like the base value will get the floor value instead. So we're gonna get 1 over here, and the row was 0. So it's gonna be something like 0 comma 1, which is actually correct. So this block uh, is the 0, like the coordinate of this block will be 0 and 1. Okay. After defining all the structures we'll need to solve the problem, I'll actually start to iterate through the rows one by one. And of course, like it's given that we will be receiving a 9 cross 9 board. So if we traverse till 9, I think this will do the job. And similarly for the column as well, we'll do the same in range 9. And okay. Okay, so we need not worry about the empty spaces. So let's say if we get a dot, okay, at any coordinate, we can just skip that part and we can move ahead. So we can write it something like if board of row comma column is, it's a simple dot. Okay, we can continue with the iteration to the next element. Okay, and okay, So the value at a particular coordinate, I'm gonna store that in this particular variable, which is like this. Okay, so we are getting the value at a certain row and a certain column. Okay, so what we'll have to do is, if we see a duplicate element in any row, any column, or any block, we can simply say that the puzzle was invalid. Okay, and we can return false for that particular Sudoku arrangement. So I'm gonna implement the same logic over here. If value in rows, and the key will be the row because we're checking for this, or value is already there in columns and column. Okay, or value in blocks, and the, like as I mentioned over here, the key will be something like this. So use the same. Okay, what I'm gonna return false for this. Okay, otherwise, like if it's not over here, we will simply add that particular value in the above created dictionaries for our reference in the future. So if not, I will simply add this value for this row in my set, and in the, sorry, in the blocks as well, I'll copy the same part again, that, and if if we iterate through all the variables, all the values instead in the input, then we can say yes, that Sudoku puzzle was correct. Okay. Okay. Oh, my bad. So this should be a capital C. No, I missed the S, the boards. That's fine. R is not defined. R is okay. R was our row, which we copied from the above, explanation part, and it should be column, comma column. Yes. Similarly, like we copied the code from the explanation, so that's why. Okay, so the test cases got passed over here. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so the answer got accepted, and I think we performed decent over here. So thanks a ton for watching the video, and stay tuned for more such videos in the future.